Good morning. This is homework frequently asked questions 3.9. So let's start off with number 1. So number 1 says that we want to solve for r sub 1. And so here is r sub 1. First off, I notice that we have lots of fractions here. And so I want to get rid of the fractions so I no longer have to deal with those, which means I want to multiply everything by r1, r sub 2, and r. So I'll multiply both sides by r1, r sub 2, and r. So on the left-hand side, r cancels, and we're left with r1, r sub 2 equals. I am going to distribute, so in my first fraction, the r1s will cancel, which means I'm left with r2 and r. Plus, in my third fraction, the r sub 2s will cancel, so I'm left with r sub 1 times r. Well, again, I'm trying to solve for r sub 1, so I'm going to get all the r1s on the same side. So I'm going to work then from the left-hand side. I'm going to have r sub 1, r sub 2. I'm going to subtract r sub 1, r. And then on the right-hand side, I'll have r sub 2 and r. So again, I'm trying to get r1 by itself, and I notice these are both have r1 in common. So I'm going to factor an r1 out. And when I do, I'm left with r times r sub 2 minus r, which means if I'm trying to get r sub 1 by itself, I can just divide. So r1 will equal r sub 2 times r over r sub 2 minus r. I feel like a pirate saying R so much in that problem now. All right, let's look at number 2. So number 2, I'm trying to get x by itself. So I have a whole lot of simplifying I need to do here. I'm going to go ahead and first distribute the 3. So 3c plus 3x. Then I'm going to go ahead and distribute the negative 2. So negative 2b plus 6c minus 6x equals b. And again, I'm trying to get x by itself, so I'm going to leave negative 6x where it is and just move everything else to the other side. So I already had a b there. So I'll be subtracting a, adding 2b, and subtracting 6b, or 6c, excuse me. I do see that I have a like term here, so that's going to be 3b. And last, I just need to divide by negative 6. And there we go. Okay, I had someone ask to either do 6 or 8 because they did see that they were similar problems. So as I copy 8 down, I am going to factor this denominator. So my first goal is to go ahead and multiply so that I have no fractions left. And so that means I'm going to multiply both sides by x plus 3. Ooh, not x plus 3, x minus 3. And x plus 1. In my first fraction, the x plus 3 will cancel, so I'll have 4 times x plus 1. Minus, in my second fraction, the x plus 1's cancel, so 2 times x minus 3. And on the right-hand side, I'll just have equals 16. So I distribute 4x plus 4 minus 2x plus 6 equals 16. Combine my like terms, so 2x plus 10 will equal 16. 2x will equal 6, so x will equal 3. And as I go back and look, yes, that would cause an error in the denominator. So actually that is an extraneous solution. And so since that's the only solution I got out, then it is no solution. And several of you asked about 10b, and yeah, I think that there was a typo in there, and whether that was on the answer key or whether that was on the back, I think a lot of you noticed. It's talking about bones for a adult male. And so we have this equation. Oops, I'm copying the female. And so as we're looking at that, it says it's the relationship between a femur and the height, where y is the femur and x is the height. Okay, so it says Brody estimates that the person's height was 69 inches. A few feet away from the site, he finds a adult femur bone that's 10 inches long. Is it likely they both came from the same person? So we could do this a couple of different ways. We could either let y be 10 and then see what the height would be, or we could let the height be 69 and see what the femur would be. So either way there, we would be able to get an estimate about what that other bone should be. So let's just try letting the height be 69. And yes, you could use a calculator on this problem. And so when I do that, I get 18.831 inches there. So that probably 10 inches probably isn't the same male that had both of those bones. But if you notice on the back, I used 19 as the adult length of the femur. So if I would change that problem and said that you found a femur 19 inches, then yes, that probably would be, you guys can't see, it would be the same person. So either I mistyped the 10 in the problem. That's probably my guess that 10 should be a 19 for the future. Okay. So thank you for catching that.